Hey everybody, I'm back. And this installment is so big that it's going to be 2 episodes. Welcome to episode 1 of Brian's Thanksgiving cooking show.
It's turkey time!
Hey everybody, let's have a chat. Ellen, you want to contribute? Nah, she's not feeling it. Get on down, girl. So, for years, when I lived in New York City, I hosted what I called Orphan Thanksgiving. And there were years where there were just a couple of people there. And then the last year, I hosted with my friend Noah, and it was a huge gathering. Basically, I would invite anyone who didn't really have anywhere to go, who wanted a home-cooked meal that I controlled by making every dish, except for when I did it with Noah. I moved back to Mississippi, and my family cooked Thanksgiving, and I occasionally would contribute my world-famous Brussels sprouts, which you're gonna get to see. I'm gonna share that recipe with you. But you know, this year being in LA and not having really anywhere to go because of the pandemic, I thought it would be kind of nice to share Thanksgiving with all of you, and a surprise special guest who will be in episode 2. So let's talk about the menu. My turkey of choice is Amber L's brined herb-crusted turkey with apple cider gravy. It's delicious. I've made it for years. And then I'm going to try Mama Stamberg's cranberry relish, which is, if you listen to NPR, you probably have heard about this recipe for years. I've never made it before, so that should be an adventure. I'm going to work with my mom to make a Southern-style dressing. And then we're gonna finish everything up with a pumpkin pie. So I'm standing outside the amazing Container Store. Can you see it? There it is. I've had some pretty bad brining experiences over the years. My very first one, I remember the bag opened and all that wonderful turkey E. coli was all over my kitchen floor, and my poor roommate had to had to deal with it because I just left. And then the next year, I used a mop bucket, and it was still kind of messy, and I finally had the sense to ask someone for help the following year. This year, I decided to get a better container than a mop bucket, and we're gonna see what we can find. Okay, so here we are, and you'll see there are a million options. This would be amazing if it would fit in my fridge, right? That one is too narrow, so I found one over here. Oh, some hangers. So we're gonna go with this one. So I think this one's the best because it's the right size to go in my fridge. Can you see it? Yes. It doesn't have a lid, but you know, it doesn't really need a lid because I have the brining bag. So yes, there we go. All right, we're back on a mission. So a few things that I've already had a hard time finding. Horseradish. I tried to find that this past weekend and couldn't at Whole Foods, so I'm trying a different Whole Foods. Also, as I mentioned, this dressing recipe that I'm working on with my mom, it requires cornbread, and I've never successfully made cornbread because it's really hard to find self-rising flour and self-rising meal outside of the South for some reason. So I'm gonna try to find that now. And then this old recipe that my mom found requires poultry salt. I'm not sure if that's the same thing as poultry seasoning. So we're gonna see what we can find at Whole Foods. Wish me luck. Surprise, surprise. Whole Foods, which I love, has all this wonderful bougie flour. All purpose, bougie, 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 but no self-rising flour. But that's okay because I found some on Amazon, which owns Whole Foods, I think. Yes, we have horseradish. Right. We're done, at least with this part. So I did manage to get the horseradish. I got a couple of other things. I got sugar while I was there, and yeah, that was it. So I also ordered from Amazon poultry seasoning because they were out, as well as unbleached, I hope that was okay, self-rising flour, and self-rising cornmeal. So, it's Saturday morning, and in order to have a very successful Thanksgiving, in 4 days, because I'm having mine on Wednesday, I have to prepare. So the way I do it is I have my trusty little notebook here. You'll see there's the turkey, and I go through each dish and list all the ingredients that I need, right? So you already saw that I picked up a few things. Yesterday I actually ordered from Instacart and had planned to go to the farmer's market tomorrow. But considering everything going on here in LA County, I've decided to order everything from Whole Foods. So, yes, and I'm even getting paper towels because hoarders. So once I have all the ingredients figured out, the next big important step is timing. So I used to do everything all at the last minute, and it was crazy. Obviously you can't brine at the last minute, but see, here's my calendar. So Monday, I'm gonna brine the turkey, and I'm gonna make a homemade chicken stock for the dressing. Tuesday, I'm gonna make the pumpkin pie, the cranberry relish, which ends up getting frozen. So that's perfect, 'cause it comes out of the freezer the day you eat it. And then I'm gonna make cornbread for the dressing. Wednesday, which is my Thanksgiving, I'm gonna make the turkey, the Brussels sprouts, and the dressing. And then on Thursday, you may get a special episode where I make a pecan pie at the request of a very good friend of mine. So that's that. So now I'm gonna get on Amazon/Whole Foods, order the rest of my ingredients. And the next time you see me, we'll be brining the turkey. Okay, good morning everyone. So it is now 2 days before my Thanksgiving meal. And it's morning, it's the morning time. So I've got 2 things I've gotta do this morning and then something I've gotta do tonight. And we're going to brine the turkey and make chicken stock. So actually this is the easy part. It's taking it out of the brine that can be challenging. So let's look at the ingredients. Stock, don't look at that. Salt, pepper. We're gonna use this poultry seasoning because I bought all that, and why not? I'm gonna throw some coriander seed in there, bay leaves. I have this random zucchini that's kind of getting sad, so we're gonna put that in there. Someone gave me these garlic, so we're gonna put, not all of that, some garlic, celery, and an onion. And then for the brine, okay. 3 ribs of celery, 1 large carrot. We have to have 2 cups of this for the gravy later, so we're gonna do like a quart, I guess. That whole head of garlic, this herb bundle, and then sugar, which I'm actually gonna make like a large simple syrup. A lot of recipes don't have you boil the sugar, which I don't understand why. And then there's the chicken, all getting ready. Chicken stock is happening. Check it out. Yes. Hopefully that will be coming to a boil or a simmer or something soon. The sugar water, I added some extra water to it to cool it down. Pressed for time, so I had to add some ice cubes as well. And then the prep for the brine. You gotta make sure that you have room in the fridge, which I do. Learned that mistake probably the first year I did this. And then everything's ready here. I gotta obviously take the turkey out of the package. I've got my brine bag, we'll put that in there. Then we'll add sugar water solution with all this lovely. So make sure your garlic, you cut it equilaterally so all the goodness can come out. And that's about as dicey as I'm gonna get with the vegetables. All right, putting it all together. Okay, so I put everything in the bag, and I lined the container with 2 trash bags because I had a funny feeling that my bag might have a leak. I'm not sure. But for more details, go to my TikTok where you get to see the whole fun, exciting thing. So next time you see me, I'll be roasting a pumpkin. Why? Because I think you should roast pumpkin for pumpkin pie. Fresh pumpkin. Maybe I'm crazy, but that's what I do. Okay, it's the calm before the storm. It's the night before, the day before my meal. So we just have a couple of things to do tonight. And the first is say, hey, thank you, Sandy, for my wonderful apron. Oop, I left the fridge open. I'm gonna roast this pumpkin. So I know that most people don't roast pumpkins when they make pumpkin pie. They use canned pumpkin. And I've never really heard of anyone doing this besides me. And when I bring it up, most people think I'm nuts. But the reality is, isn't fresh better than something in a can? I can't get past that. So that's what I've always done. So we're gonna roast the pumpkin, and then We're gonna make cornbread. My mom's cornbread recipe. I've had it forever. I've never successfully made it, but I had to order this flour and meal online because it's impossible to find. Well, you already heard me say that earlier, so I ordered that from Amazon. All right, and this is for the dressing. So here we do this in real time because why not make it insane? So we're heating up the shortening. I'm gonna put it like medium low. The oven's on too. Here's our mixture. So 2 cups of cornmeal, self-rising. Then 2 heaping tablespoons of, oh, there's my hand, real big. That's not heaping. Let's try again. Heaping, oh yeah, that's heaping. 1, well that might be 2 heaping. Less heaping, 2. And then mom says 9 ounces of milk, but she uses half milk, half water. So I did like 5 milk, 4 water. So we're just gonna pour that in. Oh, yep, be on camera. I really shouldn't do this. Success! Yes, all right, so we're gonna mix all that together and then we're gonna throw, I think how much? 1 tablespoon of meal. And then we're gonna let it almost burn, if I remember correctly watching mom do it. So we're gonna take a little break. I need to get rid of this egg. Yeah. Okay, it's brown. Yes, there's a slight burning smell, so I hope it's okay. Just so you know, I had to add a little more milk and a little more water. You know, mom, when she wrote that down, she really doesn't use recipes. So we're gonna add it in. And yes. Oh, I hope this works. There's the cornbread. I tried it, it's delicious. I've been trying to make it since college. Okay, so I am melting some butter. I'm gonna let you see how I roast this pumpkin. I know I kind of like talked through it, but anyway, so here's the pumpkin. That's 1 pumpkin. That is definitely 2 cups, but so the other one will just be for decoration. Cinnamon, nutmeg, a little salt. Now remember, this is a pie, so salt will just bring out the flavor. And then once this is melted, I don't want that to scorch, I'm gonna toss it all over the pumpkin. So we'll go ahead and do that since we can't just film all night. We gotta move. All right, that butter, whoop. Anyway, so yeah, we'll toss this together and roast it and we'll see how it turns out. Home stretch. I lost my apron because Ellen is now on top of it. Sorry, Sandy, but we're gonna come into the oven and check this. Ooh, that looks good. Okay. Oh God, that's hot. So that's exactly what it should be. So I'm gonna kind of like, let's see, because it's supposed to be like canned pumpkin. I can't even remember if I told you all this is for the pumpkin pie. So yeah, that's good. So I'm gonna mash it. And I think I have like 1 container left. Things are getting dire here. Okay, so I'm going to mash that, put it in a container, and then I'll see you in the morning when we take out the turkey from the brine and then prepare it with herb butter. And that's the end of part 1. We've made it, the end of part 1. So it's a little less than 24 hours before we eat, and it's the end of part 1, which means there's still a lot of cooking left for me to do. But right now, we're going to take the turkey out of the brine and get it completely ready to pop into the oven tomorrow. So there's our turkey out of the fridge. It doesn't appear that we've had a leak. We'll see. I have this set up to take the turkey, the paper towels, then we're gonna pat it very dry, and we're going to put it in this disposable container. I always do disposable. So it's a lot of what was in the brine. We have onions, carrots, celery, bay leaves, crushed garlic, a thyme bundle, and then this year I'm using persimmons. So pretty much this is what's gonna make the gravy, in addition to this lovely herb butter, which is 3 sticks of butter with some rosemary and sage. So that's gonna go under the skin and on top of the skin. And then it's gonna go in the fridge uncovered overnight. Moment of truth. Ellen, she's here. She's been there before. She knows what can happen. All right, can't touch the camera now because I'm about to dip my hands in turkey. Okay, I would suggest grabbing it in a way, that's cold, where its insides don't leak. Ooh, yes. Oh no. Oops, I just found some gizzards. I swear I looked everywhere for that. I just put that back in the bag for now. Okay, but not let it come out. Anyway, oh yeah. I don't think I knew which end was up when I looked for that earlier. This turkey has 2 holes because it has no head. It all makes sense to me now. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna put it on this paper towel. Ooh, my coffee. I really don't want to get turkey juice in my coffee. All right, I think we saved these holy gizzards for later. Okay, we're going for this. So it's kind of dry. See, it's as dry as it's gonna get. So one thing I highly suggest is loosening the skin, in advance. I'm looking in the wrong place. And then it'll be easier to get the butter up in there. Okay, here we go. I won't be able to stop the camera. I'm so nervous I'm not looking in the lens. Okay, so let's go up in there. Ooh, yes. Oh yeah, shove it way down in there. Yeah, once you start this, it's, point of no return again. So yeah, get the butter way down in there. Okay. Yes, that's going very well. Now, I don't know if you remember when I cut the leg, so it did not go well. As you see, I won't be able to get it under the skin that well there, but I was able to loosen the skin under the other leg. So that went really well. Okay. Ooh, you want to make sure you have enough for the outside. I'm being very liberal with this drumstick. Okay. All right, so now we just put it all over the skin, and that's really exciting. So next, I'm actually gonna try really hard to truss this turkey. I don't think I've ever done that before. And I just watched a video on Food Network, and I'm hoping that I can do it. It's done. It's trussed. You just missed it, but I did it. I trussed it. Now we're gonna close that, and it's gonna, it's gonna close. Okay, that's the end of part 1. See you soon.